What's going on, y'all? It's J Small Reviews here, back at it again with another video, bringing you guys yet another bar for bar review. 40 bars versus coffee. Said I'd do it earlier in the week, but here we are. What is it? Wednesday, midweek? My bad. We're here though, knocking out the bar for bar right now. Important battle, quality of the battle. It wasn't as bad as I remember it, but it definitely wasn't like a good battle either. So a decent and okay battle to cover, but obviously the implications mean a lot. Wody and just to really the legacy, specifically Coffee Brown, but of both women. So without further ado, let's just hop right into the first round. So we get right into the first round, and on 40, she's got the Cassie. Starts out with this Cassie civil suit bar, obviously the Diddy situation. The spill him on coffee clothes for stepping wrong, and something to see in 40 here. The delivery here, man. I mean, and 40's never been the most powerful with delivery. Like, even if you look at her recent great performance from her, the John performance, there's whispers in there, but there's still conviction. There's just more. And when you add this, like, paced outspoken word, you know what I'm saying? We'll say this, she's pocket leading up to this bitch fictitious, and just pauses. And it's not I wouldn't call it a choke because it doesn't last that long, but there's so many of these like 3 to 4 second pauses of silence. It really hurts the momentum of this round. We'll talk about it a little bit in the second too when we get there. She got 42 times, so I hit her with the 80. That was cool. The brown nose get the butt, you know what I'm saying? Thought that was all right. The yes man bar. I like her brown flips at the end. I think that's probably the best part of her first. The Foxy Bobby Brown joint was good. What I do to coffee is going to be gross, and that's because I had to make net pay. I like the little scheme there. And then her last bar I wrote down was Geechee knew you was fake. He red brown like burgundy. So is beatable first. Like the material ain't even that crazy, and you add the delivery, that's a very beatable first. Then coffee goes, don't let the main event, it'll go from a main event to a turn of them. I like that. The Keenan Kel, give me all that. I like that. This is my personal when I thought she started picking up. Put hands and feet on 40. Now she's the first down. What's between me and 40? This 50. So you get the football field bars in there. I don't play when I'm in NY. I'm like Kyrie. And I'll tell you right now, she says car idle so they won't hear her running. She's getting no reaction through none of this. In the beginning she gets a little, but tough. I mean, very tough and slanted room off rip. And y'all know me, man. I don't get down with talking about gas. I think people blame the crowd too much. I think people blame a million things too much. But Jesus Christ, from the first round, it was evident. Half the gym hate me. I'm Trey Young. I like that. Fucking with Ye on the West for Pete's sake. I get the bar, but I didn't think it was that crazy. This is going to be a classic car, so she going to need a special plate. The Starbucks bar, prime, if y'all know math, you would know 40 was never in her prime, the prime numbers. I thought Coffee had a very well-written first that just didn't. I think it's her best round. I think it just didn't get the love here in the building for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So, for that reason, I am going to go. I think Coffee took the first round very, very clear of this battle. From there, we get into the second round of the battle, and it's back on 40. She starts out with a few different. The first start of her second I don't get, because she starts out with a few different angles that I completely understand why she'd go for. The Riot RX angle, your boyfriend, you pretended your boyfriend was dead, and his life fabricated his life, and later the angle picks up, but damn, man, it started out rough in this second. I think the mic starts messing up, her cheetah jacket starts hitting it, and then from there, it does get better, though. Even though I thought it started rough, she's the little vegetable scheme, then she has, you do real estate, no wonder you was selling stories, I like that. The connection scheme, it was like the Ethernet butt plug, you know what I'm saying? It's always some wild shit when it's the ladies battling, right? So she gets into that. I thought, the scheme was definitely dope, the connection scheme. He's the only one that saw Netflix and chilled. Thought that was dope. The Cleveland Brown Family Guy bar I thought was okay. And keep in mind, throughout this, while I like it, the delivery is still all over the place. And like I said, I'm not the biggest stickler with that. I know 40 by nature isn't like super on conviction, but the pausing it's just so weird to me, man. But I like this material is clearly better than the first. I make it count like Dracula, pump to your chest, no cardiovascular. It's cool. It's not bad. It's not like just flat out bad material, but that I hang out with gay men and that makes you mad because that reminds you of the man he left you for. Personal, so it's a better round, but it's hard for me, you know what I'm saying, with the delivery. It's just difficult. Then you get into the second round of this battle, and then you get into Coffee. She has a rebuttal to the whole, you know what I'm saying, butt plug thing. Went over good in the room. I thought it was cool. Model X, you're gonna see car open on each side. I like that. She says she's dope, yeah, but is she clean? Goes into like a drug, you know what I'm saying, 40 on drugs angle. It was all right. I like the delivery of the bar, whether it's probably not true. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I guess this whole angle is full of things we really don't fucking know and they're rapping about. We get the style breakdown here, talk about 40. All it is same cadence, has the pen, but doesn't add the other things. Yeah, she pulled one on y'all. She really is the queen of schemes. Thought that was pretty good. And then you get into pretty much what the whole second half of a round is this like money breakdown. You know what I'm saying? This money scheme. They get you better credit. They cover you at your lowest like an overdraft. I got better credit in all the boroughs, kind of relating it to New York. You know what I'm saying? Credit bureaus. You know what I'm saying? Boroughs. I like it. A little reachy, but I personally liked it. How you gonna save the culture with no savings, and then the battle resume. You got a battle resume. I got a portfolio with options. I like all this money shit that she was talking at the back half of the second. I think she's scheming well. Some references are better than others, but I think for the most part it's hitting. I liked a couple of those bars in the beginning, and more than anything, she's delivering way more battle rap. Like there's just rapping, you know, and I think 42nd is a step up, don't get me wrong, and I don't have Coffee taking this round nearly as clear, but for those reasons, you know what I'm saying, I think the content's pretty close. I'd still edge that to Coffee, and then when you take the other factors into it as well, I personally just like Coffee second more, so I had her up 2-0 going into the third round. And as you get into the third round of the battle, this is by far 40's best round, by far probably easily the clearest round she won. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the clearest round either of them won this battle. The pretty and brown eyes, mint condition bar was fire. Even though Twerk had probably a better brown versus board bar, the brown versus board, this is brown versus board, you don't belong in this class, thought that was fire, and she's way better delivery-wise, way better. Only way the queen drop is Pink Friday, little current event bar. She booked back-to-back. That was some shit that me and Baz was sitting there laughing at. Involves the league owner list, Queen of the Ring, so it gets that extra reaction. Don't get me wrong, this is a 40 crowd. This is a crowd that's clearly pro 40. In the first two rounds, that doesn't really change anything for me. You know what I'm saying? But when she gets to cooking in the third round, on top of the fact the crowd's on her side, it clearly makes it look like the best round of the battle. The rocked you get rocked if you see media right. Thought that was clever. She had the Bun B, two knots on your head, Chun-Li. I kind of have heard that before, but it was okay. Then and even more clever stuff that I think really is accustomed to 40 when she's doing good. You used that as a tool to come up, so here's a ladder. Clever, you know what I'm saying? Didn't really get caught there in the room, but I like that. Now Coffee's in hot water. That's what it boils down to. So for me, material-wise, creativity-wise, everything, I thought 40, definitely her best round was her third. And as for Coffee, her lightest round is her third. She starts out with the bar rescue bar. For anybody that's seen the show, that was cool. I do the ceiling challenge with sniper scopes. You get shot from a roof. I thought that was dope. Thought that was really dope. What do 100% of followers get? Lead. Thought that was cool. This will go from assault, steal 40. This will go from assault to embezzlement. So, I mean, coffee punching here, man. But it's just really straight punch in the third. I don't feel like it has maybe some of the creativity or fleshed out concepts I liked. I really liked the money concept in the second. The Apollo night bar was cool. And then she had I stuffed a 3-point. I stuffed my pussy with I broke my hymen with a 3.14. That's what you call a cherry pie. It's kind of fucking disgusting. But you know what I'm saying? I see obviously what she's going for there. Clever bar. But 40 took the third clear. I think Coffee's third is like bad, but it just isn't nearly as good as 40. So overall, like I said, not the craziest battle, not even the craziest bar for two that I've definitely heard better from this year. But I had 40 taking the third clear, but overall losing 2-1 to Coffee Brown. And that is my recap here for 40 bars versus Coffee. Not a battle that may have lived up to the hype, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if there was hype. I know rescheduled grudge matches can sometimes be tough. But for me, Coffee did what she had to do. She handled business here, especially in the first two rounds. I thought she was solid. I thought 40 was great by the third. In the first two rounds, it's just there's things outside of the rapping. Even though the material wasn't her best by any means, but then there's things outside of the rapping that really didn't make it her best performance. I think it's a good win for Coffee, obviously, in the board, someone that's heavy in the Wody race. And as for 40, this continues a trend where you see her really great against Madman. And we're not taking that away from her at all. I see the John battle. We can go back to the Ill Will battle, go back to Surf before and all that. But clearly versus women, now in a row, you have C3, you got Coffee, you got Yoshi, and it's just not looking like maybe the motivation is there to be as great in these matches as it is versus the top tier men. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. How did you call this battle, and how do you see both of their stocks going from here? Overall, not the greatest, but it still matters for the year, and I think is definitely a plus mark for Coffee. But it's been JSMO Reviews again here, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to catch you on the next one, man. Peace.